something else that you mentioned is that your facility, you're kind of a smaller facility compared to there are much larger facilities in this kind of field. How many? Well, let me throw a statement out there and see if I'm hitting it right. That you, because of your size, you're able to offer a more intimate, personalized experience. Is that often the case in comparing what you do to what a larger facility might do?
Yes, and we're intentionally small. Really, when you have kids who are dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of crisis, you don't want to house too many kids in one building. I mean, and so smaller groups, smaller milieu size, those things are very helpful. We don't want to have our kids who are blowing up and who are going through a lot of, experiences that are negative to be around other kids that are going through that, and just very difficult to manage, and so for us to be able to offer a lot of direct care work in a smaller setting is very helpful, and so that has been a reason why we were able to kind of start, is because that was needed, and so it allowed a former teacher to kind of be able to get in where other larger companies maybe would have been more appropriate for doing that, because
Sure.
it's cash intensive.
Sure. And you kind of mentioned that there was this need in the kind of the community, which is, I mean, it's somewhat geographically dependent, right? Because most of your clients are going to come from the area of the facility. Is that
We're
right?
actually all over the state.
Okay.
And we work a lot with child welfare at DHS, and so we're getting kids, and our aim is really to serve the most appropriate clients. Kids are with us for 21 to 30 days, so it's best if they are being served in a community where there's family that can come visit, and always best if they're not coming from too far away and staying for extended periods of time when that's not necessary. And so our goal is to serve kids in our region that are dealing specifically with mental health and addiction that need this exact service. And so we have tried to expand the amount of kids that we can serve, and that's been our aim, is to serve both private insurance and Medicaid as well.
I see. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, is whether they're, with the opening of your facility, and I imagine there were other facilities of similar size in the community already?
Yes, there are, and some of them are slightly different.
Yeah.
And so there are some substance use specific programs, mental health specific programs. We are doing dual diagnosis. There are some that are longer term. And actually, we are set to add an additional license to our programming, subacute, and we will be the first dual diagnosis subacute program in the state. It's just something that is increasingly needed. There's a capacity need, and programmatically, it's something that makes a ton of sense.
Well, so maybe expand on that for a second about what does subacute mean?
Slightly more challenging population of kids.
Okay.
So, kids that really can't thrive without a lot of care and oversight and the services that are needed. And it oftentimes it's pretty life-threatening situation. So we get a lot of kids from EDs who have maybe had a recent overdose. And because of our programming, both with the medical and psychiatric care that we provide, we can do detox, and we can watch these kids pretty carefully to make sure that they're not going to go through any harm.
So are you seeing that there is kind of still, even after the opening of your facility and the other providers that are in the area, would you say there's still kind of need out there for more services?
Most definitely. And Oregon in particular is uniquely in need of services. And I would say DHS in particular is making great efforts to attend to those needs. And they've been, struggling to meet capacity needs and serve kids as best they can. And so we're part of that solution as well for them.
Mm-hmm.